Okay, well, now it's recording.
This is
So.
background noise out of this. I don't have a fucking blanket.
Do you want a blanket?
No.
Okay.
Let's just get the show over.
That's the spirit I like to hear before starting a podcast with my best friend. Hi, welcome back to the Independent and Unstable podcast starring Lacie and Julie.
What's up, whores?
So today I am feral. You may be like, Lacie, what do you mean by you're feral? I'm full on feral. I have had a full day of wrangling cattle, dealing with the vet, and then I had a package of merch come in, and so Julie wanted to record tonight because it made sense with her schedule, which was totally fine, but I just forgot that at like 6 p.m. my social just button flips off and I become a zombie who just watches TikToks and then goes to bed at 9 p.m.
Well, guess what? We're changing things today.
It's okay. It's just gonna get weird. I was watching...
It's always weird.
Yeah, you're right. I was watching the episodes where Chris Clemens and Brittany Broski podcast together, and I just love them so much.
Yeah.
I cannot
It's a
explain.
cable underneath the ocean really fucking got me.
I
And
love
we'd all
them.
be free.
I love them so much. It's not even funny. Like, they just feel like such fun people to just genuinely hang out with. But the vet came, the vet saw, he hit him right there in the jaw. No, he came and he checked my ladies. I have a full video on YouTube. I'm not going to go through everything on here. But basically, everybody's happy and healthy. There's going to be like 12 or 13 babies starting in February. Super stoked. Leona doesn't have Down syndrome, fun fact.
I watched your video.
Oh
I am a supportive friend. I watched
She
it
is a fan.
as soon as my Patreon notification came through. Because I also pay $10 a month to pay my bitch's bills.
Stand up, bestie.
Well, I mean, I gotta support. I can only hope you do the same for me.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
I wish I could join your lives more, but unfortunately when I'm at home, I have to when I go live, I have to keep my phone in one quadrant where I lose all service.
Honestly, me, Mandy, and Kayla are my bitches.
Dude.
Y'all, if you're out there,
Mandy
I love
listens to
you
the
guys.
podcast. She's also a supportive queen.
right, Mandy helped me edit the podcast the other night.
Mandy, we love you.
We love you. I also love Kayla. Who's Kayla Nicole? I could be wrong. I don't know. But Mandy, Kayla, and I have just been talking some fucking true crime, and these random people will join in, and then they immediately leave because some of the shit we talk about. Last night we did a deep dive on my Instagram,
Nice.
which is why I tagged you in those
I was
embarrassing photos of
wondering-
yourself.
And I'm not even gonna lie, with my hair the color it is, I really have been feeling I don't know if it's because I've lost 4 pounds. I'm really just feeling myself.
It's the little things.
But I don't know, I feel like and I have been taking collagen a lot. I kind of been feeling myself a little bit recently. And you were sending those, I'm like, shit, maybe I did have a glow up.
So she commented, she's like, did I have a glow up?
You said,
I did not say I said possibly.
Thank you for keeping me humble.
That's what I'm here for. I watch your YouTube videos, but I
I get it.
can't toot your horn too much.
Listen, somebody's got to watch them because literally, I don't want to get on a soapbox because, I feel like that would be a great conversation to have with, our one person we're really excited to have on the podcast.
Yes.
Because I know that they also feel my pain. But just TikTok, it's as soon as you say the word YouTube or try to support your business, they immediately just shadow ban it. It's oh, you want somebody to go to YouTube instead of on our TikTok app where we don't pay you anything?
Well, even me mentioning Anchor, they did not like that.
No.
And I have a minuscule following compared to Lacey's now 1 million.
I did hit 1 million. I'm so excited.
I hit 3,000. So
Listen.
I'm fucking killing the game.
But it's so frustrating because I really it's not that I want to leave TikTok because I love TikTok for what it is, just like I love now YouTube for what it is, because I feel like I get to be a little bit more creative and I enjoy the space that YouTube is where I can do more vlog styles and I talk more about my life, and I like that it can be longer videos and I can do the GoPro videos so for me it's why can't TikTok just be supportive of the fact that we're branching out?
Because TikTok is a selfish stage 12 clinger.
You don't pay your creators enough. TikTok, I'm sorry to be roasting you right now, but I'm not on the creator fund for that reason. It's not worth
Well,
it.
yeah, because as soon as everyone hopped on the creator fund, it was my views and everything went down because they were paying you per view.
Mm-hmm.
So then they were taking you off the For You page.
Yup.
So they didn't have to pay you as much.
Even though it's minuscule, because I'll be straight up, I always hate, I feel like creators give this facade, I feel like people see the 1 million followers and they think that I already have so much money, because I get people that send me GoFundMes a lot, and I'm I'm like, I literally want to give you thousands. Trust me.
Yeah.
But
follower count, people definitely think.
I make almost the same that I did at my 9-to-5 job where I was busting my ass. So like, honestly, maybe a slightly less because I'm running a business with a lot of overhead.
Right, and you're putting money into it.
Yeah, so like, I really wish that people would stop fronting that we make all this fucking money because like, you just don't you're just stop. Like, stop pretending.
I mean, I guess from a certain standpoint I can see it because you see these people, and I'm not calling anybody out in particular, but you see these people that have like 300,000, 400,000 people,
that
and
already have a manager.
They're having managers. They're worried about like merch drops and things like that, and they just make it sound a lot more upscale than what it is.
I just want to point out that like, I literally have 1 million followers, and I still had to outsource every single one of it. And now that could be because I am a little bit of a different bear to deal with because like my content is so much more obscure. Like, there's not a lot of farm talk and TikTok accounts about animals specifically. So I get where like brands might not know what to do with me, but still like, I just feel like there's this
slap a cow on a t-shirt. Jesus Christ. That's all Lacie needs.
But like, literally, it's just crazy because I feel like everyone expects you to make all this money and like thinks that I'm just rolling in it, and I'm like, I'm not. I am still actually kind of poor. Please don't think anything like that.
I think, I don't know where it came from, but people, I think it honestly is the people that have the little bit of following.
I will tell you this. I know without even doing the hardcore math, because of already just a little half-ass math that we've done, if I like, when I'm doing decent on TikTok, if I made those same views monthly on YouTube, I'd be making 5 figures.
Yeah.
And like, some people may think, oh, you don't deserve that much payment. I haven't stopped today. I don't stop working, and I love it. Like, I'm okay with it. Like, I'm not somebody that's gonna be like, do it because it's social media. Like, no, like, do whatever you want. But like, I do not stop working.
The grind don't stop.
Because my phone is my work. So like,
Right.
I get an email, I don't shut off. It's not my work computer, it's my cell phone.
Yep.
So like, I'm not saying that I need, millions a month, but like 5 figures for all the work I put into it wouldn't be insane, is what I'm trying to explain.
Right.
Like, so that's just to show you how little TikTok pays their creators. Because like, when I was on the creator fund, I think the most I made in a month was like $600. And like I said, that would be 5 figures. Now, it may be low 5 figures. Like, it may only be 10K, but 10K a month, dude, I would be so fucking lit if I had 10K a month. I don't know what these YouTubers who make like over 100K a month are talking about when they're just like, that's so hard. I'm like, bitch, if I was making
not everybody is Mr. Beast and appreciates everything.
Like, if I made 10K a month, I'd be like, I have peaked. I don't need to go anywhere else.
Lacie promised me that when she made it, she would buy me a Tesla, and if you think I'm not fucking holding her to that, you're fucking wrong.
Oh, dude, like, I would love to spoil the shit out of everybody I love.
I am literally here to ride Lacie's coattails as long as Lacie will wear the fucking coat. I'm your bitch.
Listen, I would love to be able to buy you a Tesla.
I would love for you to be able to buy me a Tesla, but I need you to also sign a contract saying you'll pay the insurance on it monthly, because I can't afford that either. I'm gonna have to start a OnlyFans.
I think podcasts are safe to say stuff like that.
OnlyFans. Well, I hope so. I just listened to fucking Two Bears, One Cave podcast and learned the difference between a fetish and a sexual preference. Do you know the difference between a fetish and a sexual preference?
I don't.
A fetish is something that you cannot climax without. You have to have it every time.
Oh.
A sexual preference is something you enjoy, but can climax without.
Wow.
So
the guy that told me a foot fetish needs a foot in there before he can finish.
If he's looking at it from like a technical definition, yes.
Yeah, I'm sure no one's like, well, according to the encyclopedia.
I have a foot fetish.
Actually, sir, have you gotten off? I'm going to start doing that if someone's like, I have a fetish. I'm going to be like,
just send them to definitions.
No, I'm just going to be like, have you gotten off without using X, Y, and Z? And if they're like,
right.
yeah, I'll be like,
then putting your fingers between your toes while you're rubbing one out. Is that what gets you off? Just the thought of them being like, put their J in their D. Gonna jizz in their jeans while playing with their feet. Yeah, I have to play footsie with myself to get off. It's bad enough you have to masturbate.
I love that we went to such a real, like, legit, when there's this thing called porn.
Right.
Just literally watch.
Yeah, but what if, like, I don't know. What if you're in a predicament where you can't watch porn?
But you do have feet.
But you always have your feet. Maybe the people with foot fetishes have it figured out. You're always gonna have feet.
Not always.
That's true.
I'm really concerned, even though I never get in the ocean, shark attack to this expensive ass leg now with all the tabs.
Jesus Christ.
Could you imagine? I'd be like, take the ride!
I would like to transfer legs, please. Mr. Shark?
Excuse me, sir. Best I can do is righty. Lefty was expensive.
Okay, so we talked about How My Lives. We've been talking true crime.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And Mandy and Kayla. That's all I needed. I only needed 2 people to tell me to jump before I was like, all right, let's go. We've decided collectively, as a family unit.
Yes. Family of 3. I love it.
That I'm gonna move my TikTok towards true crime.
Okay.
And things like that.
I respect that. I think that's very up your
If there's
alley.
one thing I'm fucking about, it's the fucking true crime.
I love when you just like
Hit you with the facts.
Well, not only that, but like I'll just be like, so I watched this one documentary, and you'll be like, really? That's just getting your fucking toes wet.
Right. She came over to my house one day and she was like, I'm in the mood to watch a documentary. Let's watch like a murder documentary. And so I'm going through Amazon, I'm like, that one's gonna trigger you. That one triggers me. We can't watch that one. That when this happens, are you okay with watching reenactments of that? Because some people are not.
So like I'm literally just like this little like child of God when Julie starts talking about true crime, because like I will admit like I do really like documentaries, but it was like that, like I have to be in the right mood. Like there's sometimes where I'm like I am okay with learning about the deepest and the darkest, and then there's other times where I'm like I need puppies and kittens.
Meanwhile, I'm okay with literally falling asleep to
Yeah, see, like
murder
I can't do
podcasts.
that. Like I know, like I have to listen to like there has to be some good happy stuff before I can fall asleep.
Nope, I can do all morbid all the time.
Yeah, see, no.
But anyway, last night on my live, we went through serial killers' last meals, which was a fun one.
Yes.
But we also went through serial killers' last words, and we came across this madam, and I say madam because she lived in old Victorian England.
Okay.
Named Amelia Dyer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Amelia Dyer was a widow.
Okay.
And she was not happy about it. So to provide for herself, there's this thing in old Victorian England called baby farming, where people will have children that have some kind of physical disability, or a baby that has something wrong with it, or even just a family that can't afford to raise a baby.
Okay.
And they pay her to take the baby. Okay? So she takes the baby. And she promises the family that she's going to take care of them and love them and give them a happy home.
She's not going to.
She's not.
I already saw that foreshadowing in my own way.
So,
About to clutch my
it
pearls.
started off. Yeah, you're gonna want to hold on to your pussy for this one. It started off with like 6 to 8 kids died in her care, which in 1888, not uncommon for babies to die. I mean, Amelia Dyer only lived to be like 30-some years old because that's how old you lived when cholera was at the top of your Billboard 100. So, 6 to 8 babies died in her care. And then finally the physician is like,
Seems off.
this is sus. What's going on? So she would give them medicine to basically make them sleep through their malnutrition. And then they would die. Like, she would drug them until they died from malnutrition. Don't laugh, it's fucked up. Don't laugh. You're fucking laughing, it's fucked up.
Because I'm uncomfortable.
Well, buckle up, because we're not even done yet.
No.
So, this is a short story, too.
What? Just real quick sidebar, because I uncontrollably laugh because the first time I got a breast fucking exam and they started, doing the fucking bongos on your titties.
Yeah.
Uncontrollable laughter.
Stop.
Shit you not, I can never. That's another reason I can
I've
never
never
go
laughed
back.
while having my tits fondled.
Because I was just like, this is happening in medical.
They're checking for lumps.
She's fucking hitting the bongos on my kitties.
Yeah, that's what they do.
I just started laughing uncontrollably. Sorry,
Anyway.
continue with your morbid Amelia story.
Amelia Dyer. This is a short one, too.
Got it.
Okay, I'm just dipping toes into this. See how people feel.
That's how I have to do it.
Amelia Dyer, okay, so she would give the kids drugs, basically make them sleep through their malnutrition until they perished.
Terrible.
Okay, and after about 8 or 9, because I don't know if the physician was like putting them down like dogs or like what. I don't know if he was giving her the medication. I haven't looked that far into it.
That's
like,
true. Where was she getting this?
I was literally, well, it was 1888. People, it was at home medicine, you know what I mean? The only time the doctor came was when they was wearing that big old black mask. Be like, yep, it's dead. So, after about 8 or 9, they're like, this is weird. This is a very coincidental situation.
Yeah.
Mind you, these are all kids that their parents or their families they didn't care about, they didn't want, they had physical ailments, things like that. So she starts to relocate and then finally was like, you know what, fuck the physician. We're not going to the doctor anymore. Mom is taking care of everything.
Oh no.
So she continued to drug the children until they died.
Is a great question, because why were you taking them to a physician if you just wanted them to die anyway?
It was like towards the end when she knew that there was nothing that they could do.
Okay.
That type of thing.
Okay.
Okay. Because the medicine she was giving them wasn't going to harm them, but she was giving it to them so she didn't have to, and this is from the article that I read, she was giving them medicine to make them sleep so she didn't have to listen to them die in agony. Very selfish.
Seems
for lots
like-
of reasons.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she started moving around from place to place because she was like, people are starting to get a little suspicious. And she started using aliases. Okay? By the time she got caught, she had killed an estimated 200 to 400 children. By the time the police were like, this lady with all the different names, I feel like she's doing some kind of suck. She's been baby farming real hard. 200 to 400 kids is how many she's estimated the killing.
Oh.
Okay, and then for people who know, Jack the Ripper
I only know him because of Criminal Minds.
was also Victorian England, and they're pretty sure that they killed together because Jack the Ripper had murdered several pregnant women, and then the babies, I don't know where they went. Amelia Dyer, ladies and gentlemen. 200 to 400 babies and children.
You know, I don't know how we pick back up.
Well, then you shouldn't have put true crime at the beginning. We're gonna try this thing where I tell Lacie true crime stories and just get her reaction.
God.
And that's Lacey's reaction. I came out hot and heavy with the 200
Yeah,
to
I was
400
gonna
kids.
say you couldn't.
Probably should have started with some arson or something.
Yeah, like
Can't do that. We can't go back.
that was a lot.
Yeah, dude.
The kids.
Yeah, and you stopped. You took an intermission to talk about your titties.
I did. Because I'm just saying, like,
Wait till you go back to the doctor. Now you got nipple piercings.
I literally just made a TikTok talking about this. I was like, how? I shit you not, it's in my drafts. I will show you after this. I literally was like, how do I go to the doctor, as awkward as I am, already uncontrollably laughing when they start playing the bongos on my titties?
I feel like it would be near as awkward as when they go in with their little thingies to do a deep dive in your pussy hole, and you're like, I'm gonna clip pierce, watch out. I think that'd be a lot more awkward.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have that. So.
Not yet. She's wild. You never know.
I don't think so. I don't know how I feel about,
Genital piercing?
yeah. Like, if you want them, go nuts. I told guys, though, like, because I thought about this, okay? Because, there's, I can't remember the name of it, but it's where you get, like, the tip of your penis.
Prince Albert.
Yeah, that. So,
I'm an expert.
listen, let's think about this logistically, okay? I'd be cleaning crusties out of these on the daily, okay? So, like, I'm sure, especially since that's somewhere where you pee, you have hella crusties.
Yeah.
You know how often men don't clean properly? Like, every day.
Yeah.
You're not pushing that near my cervix. No, sir. No, no. Absolutely not. Could you imagine the amount of, not even disease, that's bacterial at that point.
I was just thinking about, you have this guy you really like, and you're just so excited to finally have sex with him, okay? He's done everything right, he's taking it slow, he's moving how you want to move, and then you go, and you're ready to have sex with him, and he pulls out his wiener, and he's got a big old hobgoblin diamond ring on the end of his dick.
And I'd be like, absolutely not, sir.
I'm like, sorry, sir.
But, like, seriously, the logistics, like, that's such a, like, serious area. Like, cervical cancer is, like,
Bacteria in there is no bueno.
yeah, that's exactly why the vagina is as long as it is, to keep everything out of there.
I don't know vagina.
But, like, oh my god, the vet today was talking about which of my cows had a long versus short vagina.
Yeah, just cow things.
It's like, hell yeah, Izzy. Girl, you open as hell in there. You can't even find your baby. He was talking about one baby, and he's like, yeah, it's about the size of a rat. And I'm like, yeah, you couldn't use something cuter. Yeah, like
a bunny.
yeah. But I mean, I got to see it on ultrasound. That was kind of cool. I felt like a proud grandparent. I was like, oh my god. But yeah, no. Prince Albert's piercings, absolutely not. Because seriously, like, I'd be cleaning crusties out of these, and like nothing.
I kind of wonder if it's different though, because it's a different type of tissue.
I don't know.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a thick piece of tissue, and this one's like running in a hole and out the other end.
I don't know, man. I still don't trust it because like piercings are gross. Like straight up, my ears. I don't wear earrings, but as soon as I do, it smells like cheese. You take your earring out, and you sniff it.
Yeah, but
cheese.
Don't dicks like 50% of the time just smell like cheese anyway? Because they set in the sweat all day.
That's what I'm saying. And then you're gonna put a piercing in there, and then you're gonna think you're gonna just shove that in my koozie.
Dare I ask if anybody knows about Prince Albert piercings to sound off below and let us know.
Our comment section.
Because DM me on Instagram. I don't even care.
DM us on this Instagram.
Yeah, DM us on the Independent and Unstable Podcast Instagram and let me know about your Prince Albert piercing. Do not send pictures. You will be blocked.
Yeah, we don't need pictures. Just please tell us. Because seriously, like, do you shine it up before you take it out?
How do you change that? Do you have to be hard to change your jewelry?
I didn't think about that.
Okay, babe, can you suck me off for 10 minutes so I can change my piercing?
I'm gonna rub the top a little bit so I can get this Prince Albert.
Cool with my top.
Like, I don't know, like, because I thought about that. Because for some reason, when men find out that I have nipple piercings, which, like, I don't think is that crazy anymore, like, I think a lot of females have them, they'll always be like, well, guess what, I got my dick pierced. And I'm like, haha, no you didn't, you're a bitch. And they're like, no, but what would you do? I'm like, I'd be like, gross.
What would you do?
Like, what do you think?
What are you, 5?
Exactly. And they're like, nipple piercings are hot. And I'm like, okay, go away.
Go rub one out. The thought of me having needles through my tits.
I hate men. I have deleted all dating apps. I'm doing a cleanse because I just can't. The last man that I talked to before it was the man who was my 13th reason. He sent a Snapchat and like he asked.
I thought that one was going well.
It was, and then that one just ghosted me. This is another one. I have no idea what happened with that guy. He was fantastic. If you're out there, I still love you. No, I'm just kidding.
Told my parents about us.
I actually didn't.
They're expecting a Christmas.
But like, this guy, like, he just was like really strange, and I just didn't like the vibes immediately because like I think I said something along the lines of like not being into hookup culture because like he was like let me see pictures of you, and I'm like, you literally just saw him on my fucking dating.
Right, that's probably why you swiped.
That's the premise. Like, do you think I'm catfishing? No. And then like I'm aggressively average looking, okay? I am a size 12 average bitch. Like, there's nobody who's in my pics that catfish anybody.
Right.
Like, let's be real here. And so he's just like, and I can't remember what he said, but he's like, I'm funny. And I said, I doubt that. And he was just like, well, I'm clever. And I was like, those are two very different things. Right. And he was like, well, I think I am. And I was like, well, all the votes aren't in yet. And he's like, damn. I'm like, I just feel like you need to knock down a peg, so I'm here to do the Lord's work. Right. And then I blocked him because I couldn't do it. I'm like, I hate men with a passion. I really do. And I need to have a better mindset before I go into dating because literally every single man that Snapchats me, I go, ugh. Like, and that's not a good reflex to have.
Lacie goes through these phases where she'll be like, I'm deleting fucking dating apps right now.
Yeah.
And then in 6 months she'll be like, I was talking to this guy.
100%.
And I'll be like, I thought you deleted Tinder. Well, I re-downloaded it.
Well, see, here's the thing is I will re-download it, but like the biggest reason, and like this will touch a little bit on mental health. I don't think you need a trigger warning, but I'll give one just to be safe. In the holiday season, between me being vitamin D deficient, seasonal depression, and then just the holidays since my grandparents have passed, this is like the hardest time. And I feel like I try to cling on too much, and I don't want to be forcing a relationship just because I feel that loneliness. Mm-hmm. So like that's why I don't want to be on dating apps during this. Like maybe January or February I might re-download them because sometimes it is fun to just be an absolute shithead because I feel like the men deserve it back. But like for right now, I just didn't want to have it. Like Thanksgiving went really good, so this year's already doing better. And obviously like we know how last year was, and like we're already way better than last year. But like, you know. Also Christmas. My existential crisis I had last year, Julie.
I don't remember.
When I was crying on your couch all the time?
Oh, yeah. That was before you got your shit figured out.
Yeah. But still. It
now
also
you got your shit kind of in a group.
For
you got
the
your
most
poop
part.
in a semi-group.
Yeah.
Semi-group poop.
Sure. That was
a
weird.
weird group text.
We're going to take a quick break here, and then when we come back, we will talk about one of the other 13th reasons that I had for getting off of dating apps, because I definitely did delete Bumble after this conversation. I still have the screenshots to be able to read it all to you, because when I tell you that I was having a full-blown meltdown on like a Thursday at 11:30 p.m. in my bathroom talking to Kelsey on the phone, because it was a train wreck. Like, I couldn't stop talking to this person, but like when I tell you that like I just was fucked up in the head. Like, it was just one of the wildest experiences I've ever had. And it's just another one where I'm like, how does this keep happening to me? What about my face just says, you got some weird shit? Unload it right here. I'll take, like...
You can't say something like that. I know you're talking about something serious, but like, you cannot say, you got some weird shit? Unload it right here.
And then direct to your face. I'm sorry. But anyway.
She's worried about dick crusties, but gonna let a guy come in her eye.
No.
Well, that's what it sounded like.
That's pink eye.
That's when you fart. You're not gonna get pink eye from a cum shot.
I don't want cum in my eye.
If you've ever gotten pink eye from a cum shot, please DM us on Instagram. We're curious.
Okay, it's gonna go hinge. We need to take a break. We'll be back in a second.
We're back.
Hey, so I had to fully adjust for this, because like I said, I will have my phone to be able to have the conversation, because this was before you could screen record, so like I had to screenshot, and there's literally probably like 15 just random tidbits, but like we have to get, so I matched with this guy. We're gonna call him Matt, because that's his real name. I'm doxing his first name.
I mean, Matt's an overly common name. It's like
yeah.
Mike.
Like, literally, you're gonna have to dox yourself before I can dox you, because this is a very specific story. So basically we matched, and I like to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Like, I literally am too nice to my core sometimes, and it can become a problem. And so Matt starts out the conversation, and I don't have like the preliminary messages, but I know that he was like talking about circumcision right off the bat, because I was like, ooh, I remember. I asked him like what the craziest like story that he ever, like what was the craziest thing someone's asked him. And he was like, this one girl brought up circumcision and asked if I was uncircumcised or not. And I'm like, well, I said that might honestly just be somebody who's genuinely curious before they, see what's happening.
Dick cheese.
I was like, honestly, if you want to be real, because
a bad question.
Well, because he kept going on about it. I was like, dude, if you want to be real, like, honestly, probably what happened is she just had her first experience with an uncircumcised penis, so now she's like checking.
So she's like, I check your dick at the door.
Yeah, she's like, what's going on down there, sir? So, after that, he moves on to like talking about something, because I pick up with him saying probably not as much as bad luck as our middle brother though, because I think he has like, I believe there's 3 boys and then his sister who is, so he's the oldest, and then I think he has 2 younger brothers and a sister who's only like, we'll get to that. And anyway, so we start talking, and he's like, well, I can laugh now, but now that we know he's okay with nothing permanent. But he went on a date with a girl, and she kicked him in the private area, which, first of all, Matt, you were 26.
Who says private area?
Thank you. There's a lot of things he shouldn't have said at 26, including this entire conversation. And I was like his date? Did she have a reason? Because immediately I'm like, girl power, what the fuck did your brother do?
I kick him in the nuts. Grab his dick and twist it.
Honestly, she probably should have. Knowing you now,
that family does not need to procreate. So she might have been doing a little favor.
And he said, I kind of don't think so, but maybe. I was led to believe she did it for fun. I said, well, that's rough then. A guy would have to do something crazy for me to do that. That girl's probably not normal. He said, not unless she kicked him for being different or something. Yeah, he needed to lie down for almost a full hour and cried the entire time. Our family got a call, and we all laughed at first when we heard the news. It wasn't until we saw him that we felt a little sad.
Imagine being like, Mom, Dad, this girl kicked me in the nuts.
I think my dick is broken.
I'm right in the middle of the street.
Dude, we're not even, that's the worst part.
That's not even the worst part.
No, we're not even breaking the surface.
To the onions in this stew.
No, and I said, Jesus, how hard did she kick him? That sounds awful. And he said, we took him to the local urgent care because we didn't know exactly. The doctor told our mom that she believes that because they were swimming and it happened when he got out of the water, his balls were up against his pubic bone when it happened, and said, imagine closing a car door on your finger, but with his private.
Again with the word private.
Again with like, I just would like to add, we're 6 messages in. Like, I'm learning his entire family story.
Overshare much?
I said...
What happened to what's your favorite color?
Also, why am I still here is a great question. Like, why was I still in this conversation? I don't know.
Because sometimes you just gotta entertain it to see where it goes.
Exactly. And I said, ow, poor guy, that's wild. I don't think
she says, poor guy, that's wild.
I was trying to say...
He's got his nuts closed in a car door. Damn.
That's
Wow, that's really cool.
I said, I don't think she would have been a keeper. And he said, haha, that would have been a painful relationship. He was walking really slow and his face was red. And of course, he didn't look good at all. I was like, yeah, I don't blame him. That's insane. And he said, I started talking a little bit about my brother because I was just like, maybe,
Trying to steer a conversation.
Yeah, and I'm not going to dox my brother because I love him. So it's not really bad, but like, I just, I felt like he was sharing trauma about his brother, so I was like, my brother's had shitty situations before. Here's one. It wasn't bad though, but like, you know what I mean. So, he said our brother is still recovering from his incident, and I said, so it was recent. He's like, yeah, we took him to be checked just last night. He's been holding himself and been being very careful since he got kicked. Just wait. We are a close family, and he's younger, so I have seen him before, if you know what I mean.
Seen him before. He's derobed.
Just wait. I said, I'm actually not sure what you mean. And then he said,
Do tell.
He said he's way younger than me, and I hope you don't judge, but at our mom's house. Shut up. I can't. He said he's way younger than me, and I hope you don't judge, but at our mom's house, we have a joint bathroom between the two bedrooms. So I have seen him naked growing up, and he looks hurt compared to normal. And I was like, did you just shit yourself?
I scratched the chair.
I thought you were just so overwhelmed you pooed it.
Just imagining he looks hurt just by the shape of his balls.
And I was like, oh, that's not weird. My mom used to throw me in the shower with my older sister. And so I'm like, trying to just normalize it. Like, I don't think it's weird if you've seen your brother naked. Like, I've seen my sister naked. Not in a while, but like, And then he said,
I thought it wasn't weird.
And then I've done that with my brothers. And even my sister. LOL. So, like, I'm trying to hold out, though, because, like, my brother and sister are only 2 years apart, and, like, my mom put them in the bath together. So, like, I'm thinking that's that situation.
But at a young age, before we knew what parts were.
Exactly. Like, you know what I mean? Okay. And I said, yeah, my siblings are a good bit older than me, but my mom still did that to save her from bathing me. Because my sister is 8 years older than me, so, like, my sister was straight up, like, 12, and my mom would throw a 4-year-old me in and be like,
but you all have the same parts.
Yeah, like, it wasn't weird. And he's like, that's how I know they aren't done. As a parent, I'm sure it saves a lot of time, too. I'm not sure what he meant there. And I said, oh, yeah, and I didn't care, but my sister was probably annoyed. And this is where, looking back, I think it turned into a little bit of, like, some kind of, maybe a sexual preference or a fetish, because he goes, how old were you both when it stopped? Assuming it stopped.
As he used J and his D this whole conversation. I promise.
Hate thinking about that now, but you're probably so right.
I promise.
And I was like, I honestly don't know. Like, maybe when I shower successfully, but we definitely don't do it anymore. And he said, since I am oldest, it probably happened longer than it should have. Ha ha.
Since he's the oldest, insinuating that he's the one who kept it going.
Exactly. And I said, I mean, my sister is 16 when I was 8, so, like, maybe, like, I'm just trying to make him not feel weird, but, like, honestly, what did I have?
Sometimes you cannot validate everybody's feelings.
What did I owe this man? He said, it was never a problem since we were always bathed or showered together, and nothing sexually happened, obviously.
You should not have to make that remark.
I never thought something sexually happened until you said that, Matt. And now I'm like, what the fuck happened in that shower? So me...
Roll Tide.
And so I say...
Sorry, we love Nick Saban.
And so I say, I mean, I get that. I did not get that at all.
Well, sometimes you just gotta agree to hope the conversation ends.
Because then he says, I gotta think now. For my brothers, it stopped when I was in 8th grade, so I was around 13. But with my sister, I was in high school, a senior, so I was 17. And I said, I gotcha. He said, that's not super crazy, is it? And I said, I don't know. I guess it depends on, like, the person. Like, you bathed with your little sister when you were 17? And he said, showered. My cousins have...
Because it's different.
Shut up. He said, my cousins have a pool house, or a pool, and a bathhouse with the showers in it. So at this point, I'm thinking, oh, so, like, they went from, like, the pool to, like, this, like, bathhouse shower where they were on with the bathing suits.
Like an outside
exactly.
shower.
So I'm like, oh, okay. You just felt like you needed to share something. Like, I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I was like, he said, we needed to get the chlorine out, but we were both exposed, actually. Why couldn't have you lied?
You just been like, yeah, it's an outdoor shower. We're just getting sand off our feet.
Why did you have to say we were both exposed, actually?
Exposed.
Who uses this verbiage? Matt.
I kind of want to revisit Matt. Like, maybe we should message him.
I don't know how to find him. I blocked
Matt.
him.
Mm,
And
that's
so
unfortunate.
I only matched with him on Bumble and then immediately blocked him after this conversation because I was like, this is the craziest
Yeah,
thing.
psychopath energy.
Yeah. So then I said, I mean, if you guys didn't think it was weird, then I don't think it is. Because I'm just trying to be nice. Like, I'm genuinely not trying to
You're
bully
also
someone.
trying to end this conversation in the nicest way possible.
Yeah, like, I'm just not trying to bully someone. Like, yeah, is it funny to laugh at now? Of course. But, like, I wasn't trying to bully this person, you know? I said, I have casual conversations with my mom when she's naked, because I do. And so it depends on the family. He said, if y'all are close, I don't see how that's a problem. Just wondering, is it when she's changing clothes or maybe like she leaves the restroom door open?
Now we want details. He was jaying the D.
Fetish. And I was like, whatever. And so I just was like, basically just told him, you know, that it was when my mom, like if my mom's getting dressed, I'll walk in there and talk to her, you know, nothing crazy. And he said, haha, we have just one bathroom shower, so we don't lock the door for that reason. I see it as a good thing. 8th grade summer was when we all became a lot closer.
This is some flowers in the attic type shit.
We're about to get way more deep than you thought we were. You thought we had scratched the surface with showering with his sister until he was a senior in high school? No. I said, I gotcha. Because I don't want to know what
Again,
happened.
trying to end the conversation without any unnecessary detail.
Because I don't want to know what happened the 8th grade summer when you all became closer. I don't need to know.
Last summer.
And he said, I'm not so sure you fully understand that. And I said, I probably don't.
Serial killer. This man's murdering people right
He
now.
said, that's when our parents separated. And that's when a decision was made for me to have that procedure. My siblings were very supportive. And so he's talking about getting circumcised.
Right,
Because
so
he
was how old?
He was 13 when he got circumcised.
When he got circumcised.
And like his parents split up over the fact that they couldn't decide what to do with his dick.
And he was 13.
Yeah. Like I'm not judging this family, but like I'm also
Judging this family.
calling Dr. Phil. And so
Well,
I
it was a
said,
TV special.
okay, so you were quite older. A divorce would definitely bring siblings closer together. And he said, that's a big reason why I stopped showering with my 2 brothers. They didn't get their procedures. And I said, that makes sense, which makes no fucking sense. Who is like, new dick, who dis? I can't shower with you peasants. I'm rocking a crew neck, y'all got hoodies. What in the fuck?
I don't know who what person is doing any of this?
Matt. And he said, was it just your older sister that you did that with? Going back to showering with my sister because
Why can't we just say showered with? Why do we have to say did that with? Because it makes it sound so much more provocative.
I know. And I told him about Emily, my cousin, because I have a cousin, Emily, who's 3 years younger than me. So, like, we were basically siblings, and we showered, or we bathed together because we were both in a bathtub with my aunt, like, and he said, girl or boy cousin? Because I didn't name Emily, I just said my cousin. And he said, we have cousins in Massachusetts, 2 girls and 1 boy cousin, but that didn't happen too often. I said, girl. And so I said, how much younger are all your siblings than you? Because I'm on the phone with Kelsey, so at this point I'm like, I need to know how old his sister is. Because is it more weird to me if he's 17 and she's 14, or if he's 17 and she was like 6? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So he said, I'm 26. My brothers are 18 and 16. And my sister is 25.
Yeah.
That means he was 17 and she was 16 and they were... And so he said,
Well,
how about
isn't that
you?
nice?
So I said how old my siblings were. And he said, was it always just you and your sister, or was he ever included? Meaning my brother. And I said, this conversation is just weird. Because Lacie, nice Lacie, had reached her limit. Because Kelsey's like, this is a kink. He's J and his D.
He was.
And he said, I'm sorry. Please don't take it that way. I said,
We already took it that way.
what other way?
I took 2 trains that way.
What other way are we supposed to take it back? And I said, it's okay. I just feel awkward. And he's like, in an attempt to explain...
No.
When my cousins found out what happened to me, I got teased. And I said, I was more thrown off
Is
by
there a whole pack of turtlenecks out there?
I don't know.
Whoa. Sorry. Anyway.
I said, I was more thrown off by the question of if my brother joined or our shower, meaning my sister, because I don't think you meant it to, but it comes off fetishy. He said, I can understand. Sorry for the confusion. I don't believe in that stuff with... I said, I got you. Let's just keep going back to the same.
Or doing it in general.
I don't know. I
I don't like labels.
I just shower with my sister, but I like putting a label on it.
I'm calling Nick Saban right now.
And I said, I gotcha. We just keep going back to the same 2 topics with weird personal questions.
Yeah, it's like he wants validated for the fact that he has had sexual experiences.
He
with
wants
siblings.
a Purple Heart for getting a circumcision at 13. That's what he wants.
You need therapy, sir.
He said, we can talk about anything you want, hun.
I don't know about anything now.
And I said, is your sister married? How is she doing? Because honestly, I wanted to know. I wanted to check in on sis. If she was showering. Because like, I feel like he might have forced it.
Every Christmas, we all get together and we all shower together.
Just kidding. It's funny you say that. And he said, single actually. Still lives at our mom's. And I said, I gotcha. And I said, so your sister was 16 when you were 17? Just making sure my math is correct. And he said, yepers.
No, we also don't use the word yepers.
And I said, that doesn't seem a bit old. That does seem a bit old, you know, but whatever floats your boat. He said, we didn't shower together every day.
It was our special treat.
It was only when there was a
If we
full moon.
finished all of our food, Mom would let us shower together.
And I said, I know, but I've never seen my brother naked, so it's a little hard for me to compare. And he said, like never?
He was a little hard too, watching your sister shower.
And he said, yeah, I've never seen my brother without boxers. And he said, yikes.
Like you're the weird one.
I'm the weirdo. He said, even today we still occasionally see each other.
Stop it.
Usually in like the shower or bathroom in the morning if one person is getting ready and someone has to pee really bad. But we don't stare, of course.
No, we take pictures.
They last longer. I said, I mean, if my brother was showering and I had to pee, I would go in and pee, but there's a shower curtain, so I don't see him naked. He said, ours is glass. And I said, I guess
It's tempered glass, you can't see through it. What the fuck?
I said, I guess that makes sense, but I'm sorry, I just can't wrap my head around it for comparison. And he said, sorry, I can't even read, I'm so flustered. He said, I promise there was no physical contact.
It doesn't matter, Matt.
It's still weird.
It's still fucking weird.
Because, like, even if I had, like, even if, like, my mom, like, this is not a conversation I have with someone on, like, this is not even date 3 nonsense. This is that shit you bring up in couples therapy when you have intimacy issues.
Yeah, for real.
Sorry.
When your wife catches you showering with your sister. Seriously, this is Flowers in the Attic. It's the modern version.
And I said, I guess there are just differences of family dynamics. Because I'm really, like I said, I'm really not trying to bully this person. You know what I mean? He said, I'm also closer to in age to my sister than my brothers. And I said, to be honest, that makes it more weird for me. Because at this point, I'm like, fuck being nice.
So now, not only are we incestuous, but we're incestuous with a touch of pedophilia.
Yeah. And I said, I'm sorry, but when my mom made her decision, I didn't want to be around my brothers because suddenly we were different. With my sister, there was always that foreskin. That's why they were different. Because he had a crew neck. And they had But anyway.
You don't know my pain.
I don't.
How do you relate to a sister? Because she never had a foreskin? No, you don't either.
With me and my sister, there was always that difference physically. And I said, I mean, I'm not going to make you apologize for it. It's just weird for me to hear, so I'll just leave you be. And he just hits me out of left field with, you're cute.
Dude, that's what you should have started with. That's what you should have started with, Matt.
So then, this is the only time Lacie got a little hostile, because I just left it at that. Like, he said, you're cute, I didn't message back, because at this point it was probably like 11:30 midnight. So I think I said, like, I think I'm tapping out or something. I don't have that, but I know I did, because then he said, good morning, and I said, I meant tapping out as in, I'm with this convo. And he said, we won't talk about it, I promise. And I said, I'm good. And he said, are you that upset with me still? And I said, I'm not upset. We just have different views on the subject, and I'm just good. And he said, can we still be friends? And I was like, for me...
We were never friends.
For me, we never discussed anything enough to really have been friends, so I think I'm just going to leave this here. Like, just leave this. And he said, that's a bit ridiculous. It would have been nice if you gave me a chance. I said, all we've talked about is circumcision in your childhood. I gave you a chance. What's ridiculous is you thinking I owe you anything. And then I screenshotted all these, and then I blocked him. And I honestly talked about it in therapy. Because, like, what the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah, that is one of the most awkward and like crazy experiences I've had on dating apps. I think rightfully so. Please, for the love of God, someone tell me that I'm not the only person that deals with these kind of conversations.
If you showered with your siblings into your late teens, early 20s, please DM us on the Instagram. Please don't send pictures. Please don't send pictures of any of these.
No,
I just
but
like
like
how he felt closer to his sister because they've always been different.
well, and like that was my thing. Is like I was just like thinking about this as part of like he's probably never talked to somebody about this, and he's like literally unleashing on me. Like, what about me?
Or he talks about it to everybody.
True. I have a picture of him if you want to see him. I had to keep a picture with him. I'm not.
Yeah, I
obviously-
want to fucking see it. I never saw the picture. I only heard the story.
Hang on. I had to save it. It was an artifact to keep with them, obviously.
Hold on, let me picture.
Okay, yeah. You just get you a nice visual.
If I was to picture a man named Matt who showered with his siblings and thought it was okay, well into his late teens, early 20s, who also had a little bit of a vendetta against his younger siblings because they still had their turtlenecks on.
Dude, I literally do.
Was he tall?
I don't think so.
Okay. Does he have blue eyes?
I don't think so. I only saved one photo, and it's of him and a pelican.
I don't think you need to say that.
Don't ask me why I swiped on this man. Just don't ask. I don't have answers.
He's like in shape, he's not like ripped, but the way he's pooching his stomach out, also those Abercrombie and Fitch shorts are from 2004.
Dude, he's stuck in 2004.
This is his younger brother, it's not even him.
The one that got kicked in the balls apparently? I just can't. Like I said, like it's literally to this day one of the wildest stories I've ever like experienced.
It is strange.
Just straight up, I have never experienced anything like that.
It's very strange.
Because like I said, I was just like, you could tell, like I was trying to just be nice and just try to like skate on through. Like I was.
He really wanted to talk about it though.
So much, and I was just like, sir, I can, like, I'm sorry, but the idea of you
Some
being
feelings cannot be validated.
when you are 16, and or your sister is 16 and you are 17, and you are, I am 16. Is he thinking about him? But like, and you guys shower together. I no.
This could be because the family that babysat me growing up, they were family to me, like we were all related, but they were kind of super religious. Anyway, when me and my other female cousin, who was only a year older than me, would bathe in the bathtub, we had to wear bathing suits when we were at their house. Mind you, we're the religious, we cannot be naked in front of each other, even though we have all the same body parts, we're only a year apart, and we're like 4.
Yeah.
But she also tried to drown me in the bathtub once because she was trying to baptize me. So keep that in mind when you're at church and they're baptizing people. Like, don't let the kids watch, okay?
Don't let the kids take notes.
Anyway.
Yeah, literally. Like I said, my mom would throw me in the shower with my older sister because I was at that age where like I could basically do it all myself, but like you had to make sure I got all the conditioner out of my hair, pretty much. So like my mom would just throw me in with my sister real quick. My sister was almost done, and then like me and Emily I was probably 6 and she was probably 3, and Aunt Bobby probably just threw us in the bathtub together, real quick.
Right.
Very normal.
No.
And like I said, even if you guys are like younger and you're of different genders and in the same bathtub, but you're all younger, I don't think that's weird either. But like I will say, when you just go turn on the shower water and you're like, hey sis,
When you
about to hop in, you down?
have a bush and a happy trail, it's time to stop showering. Unless they're your partner.
I just, man,
I said what I said.
that one I still like. It's a lot to unpack for me. It's just
You're gonna have to talk about it in therapy again.
probably,
Different therapist.
yeah. Let him
He
have
hasn't
it.
heard it yet. Hey man, I got some crazy shit for you this week. I pulled this one out of the archives.
Would you like to hear about a man named Matt?
I've already talked about it with my other therapist, but I really think this is one everybody should hear.
Honestly, I want you to hear it for the memes, but you don't even have to fix
You
it.
could pay me for this session.
Because, like, straight up, if you don't think this is going in my
I'll
stand-up
give you
special,
the number to my old therapist because he handled it really well. He'll be able to unpack it for you too. He was great.
seriously, if you don't think that story's going in my fucking stand-up special,
Oh, for
you're
sure.
out of your fucking mind. I just have to figure out how to make it not a 20-minute story.
Right. Well, yeah.
But honestly, I feel like if I just have the messages up there, it's honestly better. Because I feel like if I didn't have the message, people would be like, you're fucking lying. And I'm like, I have the screenshots.
Right.
Because I knew in that moment on my bathroom floor, people are not going to believe this shit.
Yep.
So you know what I did? Fucking screenshotted it.
You always gotta have receipts for anything.
You always have to have your receipts.
For example, when I'm telling people off, especially people that I work with, I always screenshot.
Oh, for sure.
And I always do it in a message. I can do it face to face, but you're probably gonna cry. I'm gonna feel a little bit bad. But if I do it over a screen, I'm a keyboard warrior. I have proof. So that when you say I said something and I didn't, I can be like, you're a bitch.
You want to know something shocking about passive ass Lacie? I can be a little bitch when it comes to being dad's office bitch. I was sending some hasty little emails because people not paying their bills.
I cussed out the Kroger pharmacy technician today.
That's a Karen movie, you know it.
It was, and I don't give two fucks.
You need to watch it. You have a kid now and you're turning into a Karen.
I fucking let her have it. I was done.
Well,
Done with her shit.
I just sent a little passive email to Michelle, but you out here just fucking...
I forget what the girl's name was, but I fucking let her know what I thought about her and the pharmacy.
Fuck this place.
She was just the tech.
Fuck these medicines.
Fuck your pills. Fuck your pain.
Well, now that I've shared one of my most, one of the craziest stories, I'm going to let Julie share one right after this break real quick. So we're going to get off here. We'll come right back and we'll talk about it. For you, it's going to be no time, you know. But
Right
anyway.
to your mother.
We'll be back. We're back. And after my trauma, let's talk about the first time Julie tried to get dick.
I mean, it wasn't the first time I tried. It was the first time I was like hardcore gonna do it though.
Yeah.
Also did not ask my husband if it was okay to share this story, but
You know what? Caleb wants to ride your coattail from riding my coattail on the cloud train,
right.
so he better be
We
okay with
are
it. Toot toot. We're all in this together, Caleb. You're taking up the
all aboard
caboose.
the choo-choo train. So, my husband and I met when I was 16, 17. It was my junior year of high school. We were both dirty virgies.
Why dirty?
I don't know, it just felt right.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I used to do this shit, like talk people up, you know, and then like, we're not doing anything.
Yeah. We're
You
actually
thought we were doing it.
doing
Well, we're
nothing.
not. A
I'm a
handy.
child of God.
All I can do is a handy.
Best I can do is a handy.
All I can do is a handy.
Listen, nothing a quick handy can't solve.
Right. This is correct. So, my husband, I was very respectful about it, and I didn't know at the time, but he was also a virgin. He had me fooled until it came time to do the damn thing, and then I was like, okay, this motherfucker lied to me. So, we come up with this plan. I'm finally like, okay, let's fucking do it.
Let's have the
Let's
sex.
Have the sex. And so we devised this plan, right? My husband's a big video gamer. Majority of his friends are also video gamers. So we tell his parents, because we wouldn't do it at my house, because there was no reason for us to leave my house, because my house was in the middle of BFE.
Yeah.
So nothing was believable. But where he grew up, it was not. So we were like, hey, we're going to go to so-and-so's house. We're going to set up his Xbox Live account. He just got an He just got an Xbox. We're going to set it up. And his mom was like, all right, cool. Like, just text me when you get there. Text me when you're heading back. So I know that you're safe. Okay? Cool mom move. Caleb's mom? Honestly,
Fantastic lady.
yeah. So, we did not go help him set up his Xbox 360.
What?
I know. It's insane. He
Did you
really
guys-
did get a new Xbox 360 though.
Did you guys shower together?
No. We still can't shower together because we're two 6-foot plus fat people. No shower accommodates that.
Got it.
Anyway,
Any hoosies.
so there is a little wildlife reserve not far. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! This is my time. Do not make fun of me. Do not make fun of me.
The fact that it's just, there's a nice little wildlife
There's a
nature
little wildlife reserve, a nature preserve, if you will. It's not really. It's not a preserve.
You
They're
know my
not
great
preserving.
grandpa used to own that entire fucking thing.
Yeah, well, I fucking it a lot.
Disrespect my grandpa.
Sorry.
Go
I
on.
contributed a lot of lawn ornaments via used condoms to that place. So
You didn't even recycle.
recycle condoms? Yeah, you didn't think about that, did you?
Pick them up.
Anyway, so we go to this nice little nature preserve. Okay, this nature preserve, reserve, whatever. It's called Fallsville. I don't give a who's gonna care.
Yeah.
You know? It's called Fallsville.
We put our entire lives on the other end.
Right, who gives a fuck? So we go to Fallsville, and Fallsville stretches the entire length of this one road and most of another road. And there's little spots where you can pull off, so you can go like hunt, or you can go fish.
Or you go fuck.
Yeah, well, there's this one little spot in particular. It's this cute little place.
That's their spot.
Yeah. And so we pull back there. It's like, it's a long gravel drive with a little roundabout, bunch of trees around it. And I was like, let's do this shit.
Perfect for fucking.
Pull my husband's dad's truck back there, okay? And the fact that it is his father's truck is very important to this conversation. So we pull it back there. And my husband has this one friend who always talks about how he likes to fuck and how he fucks all the time. Well, he gave my husband condoms that he said were too small for him to, or too big for him to use.
Which I can never admit that. Just say you don't want them or something.
No, which is really funny considering that person also got really upset about me making a small dick joke about him. But anyway, I digress.
It's big. So-and-so's seen it.
So, my husband's friend gives him condoms because like, hey man, these are too big for me to use. Like, they keep falling off me. I can't do it. I'm not risking it for the biscuit. And, you know, a year and a half later, he got his girlfriend pregnant. So, obviously hasn't found the right size condom.
He's still trying to look for that perfect fit.
So, he gives them to my husband. Well, he's my boyfriend at the time. He gives them to Caleb, and he's like, here man, like, you know, da-da-da-da. We don't know anything about condoms at this point. I mean, we went through sex ed, but they didn't tell you about all the different types of condoms.
No.
No, they just say, put it on the banana. Put it on the banana.
I didn't even put one on a banana. My first time putting on a condom was when Dick was in front of me and I didn't have glasses on, so I was like going in blind.
So like, oh, I never put the condoms on.
Well, I did one time and I had the audacity to be like, I know what I'm doing. And in reality, I looked like I was putting a balloon animal
like
together.
Like the 40-year-old virgin. In the movie where he's trying to put the condom on his dick. Anyway, we digress. So, we were back in Paulsville, you know, we're getting a little hot and heavy, because you never want to open the condom before you're ready to use the condom.
No, you need to already be in the moment first. Yeah. You can't just be...
Which, like, at 16, what the fuck was foreplay? I'm not even sure what we were into at 16, so we get to the point where it's time to put the condom on.
Yeah.
The big and it is a lambskin condom. Oh. For those who don't know, is literally, it's reusable. It's a reusable condom.
You shouldn't.
You tie it on the ends, like so. You put it on and then you cinch it down.
Shut the fuck up. Like a drawstring bag.
Like a drawstring bag around your Peter. So I'm not sure what they're made out of, but I know they used to be made out of like lamb intestine.
I mean, I feel like lambskin.
Yeah. So I don't know. Anyway, we put it on. I didn't know it was my husband's first time putting on a condom either. Mind you, I thought he was not a virgin.
You were like, you fuck.
Right. And I was very upfront with the fact that I was a virgin. I was like, I'd never done this before. And he was like, oh yeah, that's fine, I got it. He puts the condom on. We're in the front seat of his dad's truck. In the passenger seat. Like I said, my husband is 6'4". Okay. I'm 6 foot.
Yep.
The logistics there are not good to fuck in any vehicle, much less the front seat of an extended cab pickup truck. This is not, we don't even have 4 doors. So we're getting down and dirty, and I get on top of him, right? And he's like, something's wrong. And I was like, what? He's like, my dick, it's like soft. And I was like, okay, well, you know, I really don't want to make a lady feel special.
Tell her your dick is soft.
Yeah. So I look down, and his dick is purple. And I'm like, oh no, dude, like,
something ain't right.
It's gonna fall the fuck off. And he's like, what do we do? I was like, take it fucking off. Take the fucking condom off. He uncinches it. It does not come off. It is stuck on his dick. It is cutting off the circulation to his penis to the point where it is purple, and he can't feel the end of it. We've lost touch with the tip of our penis. The radio station does not go out that far.
You said we have a problem.
We have a major fucking problem. So, he's sitting in the seat. I'm on top of him. I take my size 12 feet and I plant them firmly on his thighs. And I take my fingernails and get around the edges of the condom, and I am pulling this bitch. I mean, I am full-fledged, like the shitter is full, legs are extended in the front seat of this truck, trying to pull this condom off of Caleb's penis. Finally, we get it off. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? And he's like, never fucking again. So from now on out, we'll strictly use latex condoms. Not that that was the point of the story that anybody needed to know, but I just wanted you guys to know, don't use lambskin condoms.
I was afraid I was going to have to because my mom had an allergy to latex, and sometimes that can be like passed down, but luckily I'm Gucci.
Yeah, no, I do not recommend it. So his dick almost falls off. And we're both very traumatized to the point where we do not make eye contact for the rest of the night. We do not look at each other. Because not only did he lie about not being a virgin, We also just almost had to go to the hospital.
Yeah. How to explain that one?
Yeah. Dude,
I tried to put my dick in the Xbox 360.
I was like...
It said insert.
We're already having sex in a public place.
Yeah.
So, like, the last thing I want to do is be like, my boyfriend got this stuck on his penis and we don't know how to get it off. And so we go back to his parents' house and his mom's like, oh, did you set up so-and-so's Xbox? And I was like, yeah. And then I go home. The next day, my husband's driving to school because he was a senior at the time. He sends me a picture of the windshield in his dad's truck and my ass cheeks, both of them, just on the windshield. Like, clear as day on the windshield, and there's a little handprint down next to it. And I was like, there's no denying what we did. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna clean the truck after I get out of school today. And I was like,
but the worst part is you didn't even have sex yet.
No, and we didn't get to have sex.
Yeah.
We did not get to have sex. That was my first attempt at my first time. The actual first time was not near as crazy.
That's good. I'm glad it wasn't traumatic.
It was all of 5 minutes. On the corner of my bed at my house. I'm sorry, Mom. Sorry, Mom. My dad was in charge of us and he was not watching us, clearly. So.
The tea.
Sorry, Mom. But yeah, that was my first traumatic time. My first attempt at my first time was very fucking traumatic.
Listen, sometimes you shouldn't lie, you know?
I don't think even if you would have been like, yeah, I'm a virgin, it would have made it any less weird.
That's true.
Because I literally had to take my fingernails and put them in between the condom, which is lubed the fuck up.
Yeah.
And his penis, and like reverse peel an orange trying to get this shit out. Like I'm like taking my thumbs and pushing on the top of it and pulling my fingers up with the condom. And he's just like, that really hurts. And I'm like, yeah, dude, do you want to fall off?
Just get out of pocket now.
I'm gonna cut. Do not move. I've watched this on Grey's Anatomy.
This is a very aggressive procedure. Any sudden movements.
I always keep a scalpel on me just in case. But anyway, that spot at Fallsville was our fuck spot until we, got married, and I'm like, I guess we can have sex in bed now.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
Takes away the gusto.
Sex is a lot more fun when you have to worry about getting caught.
Yeah.
100%. Like, bed sex is alright, but like, public sex,
when you have to worry about getting caught.
when you have to worry about getting caught, especially like when you're a teenager, because like, I was involved in so many school things. My mother was a school teacher. Like, people would have fucking known.
Yeah.
Like, there would be no covering that up.
No.
And so I had a lot riding on the line.
Yeah.
And
you're risking
it was
that.
So exciting. But from then on out, we did not fuck in the front seat. We fucked in the bed of the truck.
Yeah.
And I would get bug bites on my ass cheeks. And my mom would always be like, why do you have so many bug bites on your butt cheeks? Because I would just walk around the house like itching my ass like I had hemorrhoids or something. And she'd be like, why do you have so many? I was like, I don't know, Mom, it's crazy.
Craziest shit I've
I was
ever
in my
heard.
sleep shorts. No, it was because I was ass out in public getting dick.
Ass out.
Yeah, ass out.
I remember when you gave me a fear. I don't know. You might end up cutting this out. I remember when you gave me such a complex after talking about having a lot of sex because you were like, I can feel my lips getting loose.
Yeah, because naturally your body like gets used to it.
I know. But I literally was like, oh my god.
No, I'm an open book. It does. It's a natural thing that your body does. Once you get more used, it's not even that they get looser permanently. It's that you get more relaxed as you do it.
I know, but you didn't have a great way of wording it. So like,
no,
to
and I
me,
also just say things that are off color all the time.
Yeah. So like for you to say it, I was like expecting like you went from like Barbie to roast beef sandwich down there.
Oh no, I've never had a pretty kitty. Straight up.
I kind of want to see your kitty now.
I've never had a pretty kitty.
Other than being a little puffy, mine's real cute. I'll tell you right now.
No.
She's cute.
No, but now that I'm married, I don't even like keep up with it anymore.
I mean, I'm single and off dating apps, so like I haven't shaved in a little bit. You gotta keep that winter coat.
I have a 9-month-old who's teething and has a cold, so like, my husband's lucky if he gets any at all. He better not be fucking picky.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
This
sorry.
is what it
is
is.
it prickly? Fuck you.
You can shave too.
Yeah, straight up. That was the only good thing about my fuck buddy. So we both came shaved, clean, and ready to go. Cause like he never smelled like anything. Like I was like, this is great. This is great.
It's a great day
What's
off.
going here.
It's a great day off. All right, I think we're good to go.
Yeah, that was a
I
solid
think we
podcast.
successfully went all over the fucking map today.
You know what we still talked about? Penises.
Penises. What is it about penises?
I don't know. But they are constantly in our podcast, even if we try to avoid
We're just
them.
a couple of whores.
Just a couple of whores talking about some dicks.
Thirsty for some dick.
Anyway, we're going to end this podcast here. I think that's a lot of good points that we were able to cover. All of our socials will be dropped down below. Check out our YouTube. Check out my YouTube. Check out our TikToks, Instagrams, all that good stuff. It'll all be
Remember,
in.
it's the link tree. It's not individual. It's link tree.
You click it, it'll take you somewhere, and then you can click everything you want. Whatever you want to get access to, you can have access to.
Also, do not make fun of me when you listen to these episodes and you hear the ad that I recorded from my MacBook microphone.
Oh, hell yeah.
Lacie hasn't listened to it yet. Lacie's a fake fan of the podcast. She hasn't listened to it because it's literally at the beginning of every episode now.
Yeah, I'm excited now.
But anyway, thanks for being here again with us, guys.
Thank you for sitting through my trauma with me. I'm glad that I could open up about that story because let me tell you, it did something to me on that bathroom
I'll
floor.
put Lacey's Cash App in the comments so that you can charge her for your therapy. She'll pay for it. She told me she has $1 million now. She makes like so much money.
Shut the fuck up.
All right.
Anyway, we'll talk to you guys later, alright?
Bye.
Bye.